What's going on, guys? Boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So, the last game of the season on the schedule. It's already here. The Redskins at FedEx Field. The Eagles should win this game. Regardless, the Eagles should win this game. But you don't want to count the Redskins out right now because they have nothing to play for. And why not fuck everything up for the Eagles this Sunday at 4:30? Why not, right? The Redskins have broken our hearts before. And we're not going to let this shit happen Sunday. Okay, this new Eagles team that has really changed and turned around a huge corner ever since Nick Foles has started for the Eagles. Nick Foles has looked amazing. Okay, and we need to figure out. Not we need to figure out, but we can only control our own destiny. I mean, we don't even really control our own destiny, but we can only do what we're expected to do, and that is beat Washington on Sunday at FedEx Field. Other than that, you can't do much else. But then you have to wait and you have to see what the Vikings and the Bears game that was stretched to a 4:30 game just like ours. And the Bears, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of reports right now that they seem like the Bears could win, that could definitely win this game, and that Kirk Cousins will struggle against this defense. Look, last year when we had a playoff spot, last year when we already clinched the first seed, we kept a lot of guys in. We had some backups in there, but most of the time, people got to play regardless because you can't just take all your starters out. It's like totally impossible. So I'm not saying that Coach Nagy, head coach of the Chicago Bears, is doing the Eagles a favor, but, you know, he wants to win. And that's what it's all about, because it's nice to win the last game going into the playoffs. We didn't do that last year. I think we lost to Dallas 6-0 the last game, but it wasn't a big deal. So nobody was worried about that. So we can only control what we can control, and that's pretty much it. We can't do much of anything else. So if you really look at it now, this is how the roster is really heading into this game. Now, Josh Adams and defensive end Michael Bennett have been very limited in practice. So Doug has been doing this the past few weeks with Michael Bennett plus Josh Adams, because Josh Adams has been getting a lot of carries. Not as much right now because Darren Sproles is in the mix. Wendell Smallwood in the mix now a lot more. I think I like what they're doing now at the running back. Josh Adams got a few first downs last game, but it's been pretty good. So I like this rotation, what's going on with that. My phone's going to die. I like the rotation, what's going on. And Michael Bennett has just been limited because Doug just wants him to have full strength for Sunday's game, okay? Because Michael Bennett doesn't need to practice all week, okay? The guy is a veteran. The guy knows what he's doing. The guy doesn't need to practice, okay? So a few days off, it don't really matter. Wide receiver Mike Wallace has been taken off IR, put on the active roster. So I'm not expecting him to play Sunday. I'm expecting Mike Wallace to show up in the playoffs, or if this even happens, him to show up later on. I think that's the reason for this Mike Wallace off the IR. So that's what's going to happen with that. Now, and man, there's so much more to even. I mean, that John Solve, whatever his name is, that new corner we have elevated to the active roster, which that's helped a lot. Brought Shannon Sullivan back to practice squad today. So we have another corner in the works right now. We have another corner that's in the background. That's a nice depth guy right now. But other than that, don't know how he plays, don't know what he could do, but. Let's go to the Redskins. And the Redskins, they have their fourth-string quarterback in Jonathan. I forgot his name. He's a mobile quarterback. I watched him last week play. And, he could still, if the Eagles can't get past this really bad offensive line, Jonathan will have all day to throw. Okay, this guy's a mobile quarterback, okay? He can, I saw him when he had time, when he could stand there, he literally only has time when he literally can have all day to throw. I mean, he can make the passes, but when he's pressured, he has panicked. He panicked in that game a lot. I think he threw like 2 picks. I don't even remember. But he didn't look too good when he was on pressure. He's very inaccurate on pressure. Very inaccurate going to the outside, throwing the ball across his chest. So, I mean, not saying the guy is trash, but the guy's not great. He's not even good. He's just manageable where he can get certain things and not consistent whatsoever. So you can rattle this QB. Does he have a little bit of speed? Did he have some legs? He does have some legs. The guy can move around the backfield if he has to, but he ain't no Russell Wilson. He's not no Deshaun Watson. And, that's pretty much it with that. So in the Redskins news that we did find out this past week is that DJ Swearinger was released by the Redskins. So now the Eagles can take account for not having a good safety back there, even though I don't think he's a good safety at all. He actually just signed with the Cardinals, I think today or yesterday. I forgot what happened. I think he signed today with the Cardinals. Surprisingly, no fucking playoff team signed him, which is nuts. So that's why I'm surprised. So, depleted that safety now. Zach Ertz should have a hell of a day. Should have a hell of a day because DJ Swearinger couldn't cover Zach Ertz, not last year and definitely not this year in the first game. So you're going to see a lot more from Zach Ertz. I see a lot more coming from everybody. Everyone's going to have a piece of the pie, and everyone's going to go out there and do their thing. But other than that, D-line has got to get after the fucking quarterback and got to come after the quarterback and do what they got to do. Defensively, especially in the secondary, we're just working on what we got. Everybody was saying, let's go sign DJ Swearinger. But, dude, we cannot sign a new guy later in the year. This is the end of the year, the very end of the year. Don't have time to let a guy learn a new system. Don't have time to let anyone. We need to keep what we have, okay? And I'm good with what we have right now, okay? The D-line is what's going to count for this secondary not to screw up, okay? Avonte Maddox has been balling out. I'm glad. I'm glad that, I'm glad. I'm not happy how the season went, but I'm glad that since our corners were out for the year, Jalen Mills being out, Darby being out, it really helped to see what we have for next year. And you're going to see Russell Douglas next year. You're going to see Avonte Maddox next year. Avonte Maddox could be starting next year, probably in the slot or the outside, depending on where Sidney Jones is. And honestly, Sidney Jones has been up and down, but he's been pretty good, but he's been up and down all year, but been injured too much. So there's a lot that goes into that as well. Eagles need to do the same thing. Run the ball, balance it out. Nick Foles is amazing on 3rd down last week, 4th down last week, doing his thing, winning a close one against the Texans. It was a great game. I enjoyed it. Well, I wasn't watching. I watched it after the fact because I was at work when it was on. So, but we can only control what we can control, and we have to pray that the Chicago Bears will help us out. So, this is it. We cannot be pissed off if the Eagles win this game and the Chicago Bears lose. It is what it is. So, we don't have to worry about anything like that. You don't worry about, the Vikings aren't going to go anywhere this year, okay? They've had an up and down year as well. All the teams that were in the playoffs last year have been up and down. Look at the Jaguars. They totally fell off. They might be even trading Jalen Ramsey this year. So, we just got to win this game Sunday and just pray to God that, someone helps us out. And the Chicago Bears need to help us out. And if they don't, I'm just going to say, you know what? It was a really bad year. There are coaching changes that shouldn't have happened. There were players that shouldn't have been in the game this year. And the injury bug hit us so bad this year. We already had guys coming off of surgeries from last year, playing through injury, playing through needing surgery last year. And now this. So we can only, like I said for the millionth time, we can only control what we control. And the one thing we can control is beating the fucking Redskins, shutting them the fuck out this year, and calling it a fucking day. And praying to fucking God that the Bears could take care of business. And that's it. So I will see you guys later. Have more videos soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the holidays. I did. So, shake squad up. Fly, oh, fly.